Last week we discussed the A and C and then B analogy as it pertains to the faith walk. The A represents what God promised, and the C represents the manifestation of that promise. Our Lord rarely reveals what will happen between the A and C, so we are, for the purposes of this discussion, calling it the B area. Today I want to talk about the faith walk Gideon went through. When the angel of the Lord appeared to Gideon in Judges 6, Gideon was threshing wheat in a winepress. He was hiding from the Midianites, who continued to ravage the people and land of Israel. The journey that our Lord put Gideon on in order to deliver the Israelites was one of faith. The word of the Lord to Gideon became his mission. Go in the strength you have and save Israel out of Midian's hands. His first journey of this faith walk is an act of obedience to the word of the Lord. His father had built an altar for Baal for Israel to worship. This was an affront to God. At the Lord's instruction, Gideon and his men tore them down at night. Then on a newly built altar, Gideon offered a bull as a burnt offering to the Lord. Needless to say, there were some unhappy people in the morning. Gideon, receiving assurance from the Lord through a series of fleece tests, knew God would help him defeat the Midianites. In chapter 7 of Judges, Gideon begins his second journey of faith. Gideon's army had 32,000 men. God didn't want Gideon to place his trust in the army or have the army believe that they were the reason for Israel's deliverance. So our Lord says to Gideon, "Announce to the army, if anyone is fearful, they can leave." 22,000 did. Oh my goodness. Can you imagine the expression on Gideon's face as they marched past him? But our Lord wasn't finished. He thought the 10,000 that were left was still too many. God had Gideon take the men to the river and separate them into two groups. Those who lapped water with their tongues like a dog, and those who knelt down to drink. 300 men drank from cupped hands, lipping and lapping like dogs. They were the ones the Lord chose to help Gideon defeat the Midianites. And then came Gideon's third faith journey. God knew that Gideon was afraid to attack the Midianites with so few men. So he reassured him by allowing him to overhear the interpretation of a dream one of the Midianites had. Reassured, Gideon led his army to victory. Like Gideon, while we are trusting and walking by faith, trouble will often pile up and appear overwhelming. Sometimes you think you have a handle on your circumstances, and before you know it, everything seems to be going the wrong way. When this happens, you can easily be tempted to doubt the word of the Lord and his promises to bring his plan about in your life. That's why it's so reassuring that our Lord will not abandon us and will be with us to walk us through those times. He'll go through his way to encourage us to trust him. Pay attention to the way God works with you in your faith walk. When you trust him, he'll reveal your next step. He'll provide for you. He'll protect you. And in the storms of life, he'll bring you safely to his ultimate plan. Trust the Lord in your faith walk. Remember, he will bring you during the times of uncertainty to safety. He said, "Be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid. Do not be discouraged, for the Lord your God will be with you wherever you go."